Hello, in today's video I joined a Minecraft building competition with a 2000 heroes gaming PC as first prize, about 600 heroes worth of peripherals for the second prize, and if you come to the third place, well, screw you, I have a router. This event was hosted by a French YouTuber and there were about 150 participants in total. We had 9 days to complete our plots. However, while all of the French people were in school holiday during that period, I still had lessons, which means I had half of the time the other players had. February the 11th. The competition just started and finally the theme is announced. It's video games. I couldn't be more disappointed because recently, aside from Minecraft, I had only played 2 other games, which were Sea of Thieves and Subnautica. And I wasn't going to simply recreate a gaming room with a ton of references. I mean, the winner did it, but we don't need to speak about that. So as you can tell, I don't have a large video game culture, so for that reason I decided to have a little walk and brainstorm some ideas. It wasn't easy, and even after I had came back I didn't know what to do, but I started anyway what will become my actual plot. Alright, so welcome to my plot. As you can see, it's actually not that big. I was expecting it to be a bit more large, so you have a rough idea of what I want to do. Basically, I want to recreate a ruined shrine. I want it to resemble the Subnautica aliens buildings. Alright, well, I just found again my old account of Subnautica, so I decided to give it a little try. You know, we're gonna check what we're gonna build in the actual game first and then build it. Yeah, don't mind that. So I finally arrived at this alien structure. Of course, we've got my boy Jeff here. It's actually greener than what I remembered. So as you can see, the walls are gray/green, and I made my walls all black. I don't have the tablet I can show you, but it's very dark in the inside. I made some progress. This is the basic scheme of what I want. This is going to be the altar. This is going to be the center of the plot, like the big thing. Then we have these columns on the corners, which are going to be the spikes of the altar. Also, as you can see, there's a green circle because the magic that is inside this circle has lifted up the terrain a few blocks from the rest of the place. So now that we've done this, I'm actually going to work on the terrain and then we can start working on the actual altar. Little update, as you can see, a lot has changed on the background. We still got the shape there, and as you can see, I started to make the terrain. Basically, I want it to look like a swamp biome. So as you can see, we've got a lot of tiny islands. I started working a bit on the waterfalls, and I think that looks even cooler with shaders, so that's what I wanted to show you. Anyway, now that we've done this, I'm going to work on making the structure. Alright, I've made even more progress. As you can see, the columns are really tall. I've made them with this shape. Please keep in mind that I'm going to add much more details now. It isn't very smooth, it looks really chunky, but we'll fix that in a moment. So I've made the changes I said I was going to do. So as you can see, we have a very smooth shape now. Now, before adding more details, I want to make the altar, so let's do that. Alright, well, the altar is done, so let me explain a bit the lore to you guys. The lore changed midway through, so I'm going to tell you now. Basically, I want to recreate the famous scene in Subnautica Below Zero where you build Alan's body. If you don't know, Alan is an architect, which is the alien race that's used to live on the planet. So aside from this structure, we also have 4 beacons on the side. Yeah, there's cable, and the cables also go up the structure. I use copper to make the details. So now I'm going to use the copper and the detailings I used on the towers. So let's do that. Would you look at that? So I finished making the pillars, and I would say it's pretty sick. Now I'm going to work on this center building and then copy this entire structure to the other 4 sides. I wanna die, I wanna die, I wanna die. Well, that was fun. I finally finished it. This is really the look I wanted to have. So yeah, the next objective is to make this look broken. Let's do this. Alright, I've done it. I finished making this look all ruined. As you can see, we have this part. The top of that tower has fallen right here on the river. Then we have this middle tower that's leaning, and this one. Taking a look back, this looks very sick. So now what I'm going to do is add vines and vegetation growing on the portal. I'm really tired right now, but I finally finished adding the vines. You can see we've got some under the columns, under the cable, and there's also vines that are growing up on the columns. Now it's time to look back at what we've done so far. So let's do that in a nice little cinematic. Alright, well, we've done all of these nice little plays. However, there's one big thing missing, the actual point of the entire pot, which is going to be unorganic. So it's gonna be standing over the entire altar, and it'll be quite tall. The altar might be a little too small for him, but I might extend it, it's not a problem. So I've quickly planned out how I want the alien to be. I think those proportions are kinda right. I'm going to start working on the head. Alright, I've done the head. As you can see over here, it actually took me 2 tries to make it right. It looks like a heart, I know. Overall, it's not that bad. I've also made the 2 horns on the sides. I've made a little more changes. As you can see, it's less bright, and that's already better. So I guess I'll keep this one. Now I need to work on the body, of course. So basically, I got the entire shape done. As you can see, it has 4 legs. However, there's one problem. It's all very flat, especially the head. The head is really flat. I turned the shaders on because this is epic. I'm going straight to the point. I really like where this is going. The head is so much better than before. The texturing, like this core, is really cool. The gloves actually look like gloves now. We even got these little things on the shoulders, which are actually on the alien. So now what I'm going to do is, well, texture the rest of the alien, and also need some imagination because I don't have any back photos of this, so you know, I just gave it a nice has. Well, isn't that beautiful, huh? I've actually finished detailing the entire statue. As you can see, we've got the gilet fully detailed, we've got the amethyst on here, all of these purple lines going on his body, then we have his legs. The back is a bit less detailed, but still pretty cool. I've also remade the horn so that they resemble more the actual statue, and I've also added a still. I think it's my first large scale organic. I'm really proud of what I did here. However, we still got more than a day to complete our build, and there's one big thing that's missing, which is ambience effect. Here's a little update on this entire build. I've extended the entire altar. I've also remade the patterns, added back the vines, and that adds a lot to the entire thing. I am exhausted, and as you can see from behind me, I'm also done. As you can see, there is this catalyst that's shooting a laser up in the sky, and it also is sending a oblique laser that's touching the body, and we also have a little clouds under the entire statue. Well, now there's only one last thing to do. Enjoy the cinematic. Well, that completes this video. As you could have guessed, I didn't win this event, otherwise you would have read it on the title, but I still had a lot of fun and improved my organic skills as well. So big thank you to the event organizers, and congratulations to the winners and the other participants. Anyway, see you next time, bye!